trial. Slow by Edison's light, the choice convinced me past your torch by the right edge of theirs. Just beyond the halls you wear. Do I blame them or I want to forge the wrong path? I read the plaques of those evening eyes and hides in you. I've given up making what I know of us. It's not a story. You try the keys, voice with too much content, just because you can. We all know you've chosen already. Your soul will survive together. So why are you caught with run the side, stand, fight, choosing don't strike a match, the building won't light fast. Don't draw a blade or his brothers unite. Wind up the longer you live on the devil's land, the more you get used to his sight. Set on visions of where it all stops. Thoroughly, so we wait for ask me away, the room's on you. The devil owns the land, but he gave it to you. Ignore the citrus in the sheets, ignore the painting's pain, pretending it's all fine and dandy till the day you return to clay. On the edge of the ledge, I walk with one foot in the ground, another in the air. Which way I tip doesn't alter the scales. Sins. It's my fault, I leave it out clear. You tell me we're just in trouble, but the trouble's my doing, dear. Your eyes graze my neck as you fix my collar, searching for sins. The scent of death on my skin, I killed again. You say we're just in trouble, the trouble I put us in. I came home late, I came home drunk. I didn't hide the lipstick kiss, I didn't hide scratches on skin. It's my fault. You know it well, dear. The trouble's as clear as our red and blue eyes, the flashlights through the window, the body in our lake you found last spring. You tell me we're just in trouble. I say you're dancing with the devil. Hands up. You cuff me to the bed frame, red-handed. I leave blood on your pillowcase as we dance. The dog dances. The dog dances carefully on the tripwire. He cannot release, he cannot return. What's done is done. I speak with care and discomfort. I want to say what I mean and leave you how I please. Brittle, damaged words I give uncared for. I pile on sentences, leave only when I let you. I desire only to know what I can rip from your wounds. What you give me is only a fraction of what you feel. I see all my flaws reflected in you. Your words are kind, but I hear what they hide. Your quiet is where I feel the violence. How little you have to speak to hurt me. If I'm the problem, then shouldn't I get to enjoy it? You don't know my worst nights. I don't let you undress my wounds, even as I claw through yours. The pain is immediate. If living is just the distraction from the pain of moving on, where do I get off? Why must we step right, left, into the snow, down our own weathered path to a broken down home? Dread and hoping. What do I tell my therapist? Do I say that I've thought of my sins in every doorway of every hushed room, that between the bristles of my comb, I feel them along the folds of my blanket. They are held within the tap as I wash my face, cleansed in the sorrow. Every breath leads to typing apologies. The worst Christmas. We broke down. On the side of our roads, across the leaves, I could see you through the snow-covered trees. Late, early, the timing was off, yet we met. I spent the worst Christmas with you, walking in the woods side by side as the trees grew dense between us, and I could only trust you were with me. and that the footsteps I heard aren't my own repeating back at me. Alas, with you beside me, I would be alone. As the dark closes the curtains and we are left without light, we become just footsteps traveling through the night. Dance and remember. Toes touching, toes stepping on toes, hands pull, hands push, and wave hello, goodbye, I'll see you in my dreams. Apocalypse foretold. It's the end of our days, sitting apart in the shade. The sun's lost its shine, the sky's alight with colors and problems. The buildings aren't as tall as they once were. The world we built pulled the trigger on us. The fires never cool. The earth never moves. The oceans are floating. What's left of them light as a feather. The earth stiff as a board. Here, nothing may grow. And yet, there is hope. A tragedy to believe in something. What more is there but your front porch? I lose days and nights outside your door. I cried, finally. In another life, we sit together. We just be. You and me, it's silly. Silly how I would stay up and you would too. How I could hear your smile, I wanted it to stay. And I took for granted getting to know you. The sound of your laugh and the lift of your lips at a clever remark. I took for granted the space we closed between us. How short was our goodbye. Till next time. The Path of the Dead Cat. On the other side of the world, I opened Pandora's gift and discovered the sins that rest within a dead cat. On the other side of the world, you opened Pandora's gift and discovered the sins of curiosity. To each our own, kin cats, each dead as the last. You put yours to rest in the closet next to another dead cat you've been meaning to bury. I put mine to rest in the kitchen labeled to bury, dead cat. I paint the alternate present with a perfect brush. I grieve the present. Where would we be had we not suffered the consequences of dancing on the cliffside? A life unlived, instead of this hurt so endless, we would be so blissfully unaware of the quiet death over the edge. We would talk about your day and mine. We would close the divide of a distance so wide. You would have been there, the nights after surgery, to keep me company. The days and nights we would take up with jams with friends. The moments alone and times together. Christmas Day we would celebrate. New Year's together we would wait and wonder how long we'll have each other. And your birthday, I would have known you, older than we were when we first met, when I decided you were worth it. And I would look at you long, and I would know, to know each other, it means the world. This house. What else is there outside these walls I've written on in this house I've built? I'm stuck in it. There's nothing but edges in the dark. I finally cried when I remembered the sound of your smile. I heard it through the creaks of the floorboards. Your laugh plays over stereo. Your voice speaks with the chill of this house. I walk the lines of your words written on every plank. You're not here, but the life in you lingers ever in a state of decay. It was over in an instant, but the flames have stayed. It's over like a firework. Now I'm standing in the flames. The sparks were a warning, and we knew it wouldn't rain. The waiting seemed worth it in the winter glaze. Now the picnic's abandoned, and it all seems in vain. Just a moment ago, we laughed and played. Now I'm calling your name, soot covered, crawling through the blaze. And it sticks to me, knowing I missed you leave, and ever I will wonder till your body comes back to me. Separation anxiety. I miss the way we talked early morning, late night, middle of the day for you. It was easy to say our goodbyes when goodbye was a white lie. Come back. Say you'll stay. Say it's safe. Shush. Wait, no, don't wanna go down that rabbit hole. Don't wanna find myself in some place cold. Don't wanna live for you untouchable. So many secrets that you hide. Stop, go. You take me up and then way down below. You say you wanna take it real damn slow, but you wanna haunt me like a ghost, and I can't let go. When all that you want is to push me away, don't ask me to stay. When all that you give is silence, don't bring us to violence. I am who I am, I do what I must, and it's you I can't trust, and you think it's lust. Don't bring us to violence. Green light, red, we're playing games with the other's head. We're breaking all our promises. Maybe we're just too goddamn opposite, but you can't let go. So, when all that you want is to push me away, don't ask me to stay. When all that you give is silence, don't bring us to violence. I am who I am, I do what I must. It's all going to rust. Covered in dust. Don't bring us to violence. Monsters. If I'm the monster, you're a different kind of beast. Your slow death, venom-filled kiss lingers as I tear your chest, my teeth, a sweet death, as I sever your arteries. We watch each other die on the phone line. Sacrifice. You entangle the thread by the fire. Your front door is cracked for me. I can wander right in. My heart has never left your side, yet I can't bear to step inside. My scars are still cut into your skin, yet you still leave scraps in a tin. I never thought I'd see you as more than a face through a window, not since the day I wrecked your place, and yet your space invites me, warm like you remember me, but it's been so long, your memory's gone, the ritual, we still hold on. You can't save me from my lethargy. Your hands around my neck let go. Even as I draw you back in, I am begging, let me choke. Martyr yourself in my eyes. I want you to realize it's me you despise. My cold dark gaze, full, empty. I feel cold in your comfort. I've been kicked for my sins, and I don't want you to let me back in. Even as I long for the hearth, you leave your door cracked. For my sake or yours, our paradise fractured, our demise. You expect the world of just a man. I burn, brilliant red, the fire in your eyes, it's mine. I wanted you to stay. You never asked me to go. You showed me. Follow. Just tell me what you wanted, and maybe we could be free. After you give up the pieces you stole from me. Pretending I should know your heart, as if I'm not flesh and blood, as if I don't have eyes of my own. You closed yours, falling into a mind you can't share. Alack, I can put my arms around you, but not sink into skin, so don't bury me within. You set the world on fire. What we lost lit my path. I said I'll sleep when I'm dead. I said I'd hold your head. I'll be there in the end. I'd cross our mountain together if we can just get over this weather. I lit the fire thinking we were too cold to burn. Instead of stopping, we ran for the woods. We lit the ice on fire. You said stay for a while. I thought you'd lost your head. You said I'll sleep when you're dead. And then I watched as you left. I watched you leave your terrible path for me. I knew I just had to leave. But you're the only light left to guide me. You'll be there in the end. I followed you, thinking we would get through. But there was fault in following you. I watched you cut my line. You said, don't ask me, I'm fine. I thought you lost your head. You said, with you, I'm dead. And then I watched as you left. I couldn't see the mountain through the trees until we burned all we were built to be. And without you, I could finally scream. This isn't meant to be. I need more than you left for me and all the people they surround me. I think I'm finally free. I won't burn the match you left me. It's your turn to be sorry. I'm over it. We won't ever be fine again. I want to ask you to wait. I want to ask you to stay. But would it be fine? And I've got myself going over again how many fucking times I've told you it's fine when I'm not at all fine. Writing letters that tell you, meet me when it's better. Well, I know you threw them in the fire of the bridge you burned. You never asked me to leave. You said stay behind me. I don't call that fine. And you've twisted yourself with the sins that you felt. How many fucking times have you lied? Far too many times. Thinking that never makes it on paper, as if that's any better. Well, I know the fire you made is just a way to self-immolate, and I won't be part of it, so just get on with it. Silly imagery. Hearts decay, decompose to ash and dust. Stuff, the structure rusts. And all that remains, exposed wires, sparking blind. The fire in our hearts wore to the coal, now I'm chilled to bone. It's too late. I've gone back a day, a month, a year. I go back a day and give everything the grace it deserves. Time still marches, though I no longer fear the steps. My feet trace the path before. I go back a month, and I do it better again. I erase what has been written and rewrite until it is right. I go back a year and prepare for you, dear. I want to weather your storm once more and do what we hadn't done before. Maybe this time we will be fine. I'm a shell of my former self. I've lost myself wrapped in your agony. For too long I've carried our tragedy. I don't know what's left. I've held my breath down the path. All I know is the fire, familiar. My eyes water, yet I haven't cried. I know the weight you carry is more than mine. What a mess. Do you remember us before the rest of us? Before it all got dark, the dusk it settled in, and I wrote to you again. Do you remember us before it all got lost? Before our faults became our sins, and all we had of us was a dull flame flickering? Do you remember us? The fights, the silence, the question, the answer, call and response, the light little banter. I remember us, waiting for the crack of dawn, waiting for our life to move on. Do you remember us before the flames burnt our skin? 'Cause I don't remember it. I don't remember beyond December. I don't remember saying goodbye as if it wasn't going to be the last time. And I don't remember the call when I met you. What did we do before we knew? Do you remember us before the mess we made, the nights we stayed up late, before we ended up this way, and you wrote to me again? A history built of boxes and glass. I walk a path I thought I'd outgrown, learning the things I thought I had known. Am I walking in circles or just turning back, coming to terms with what part of me lacks? We're off to the races, but you're going off track, and I no longer know if we should turn back. You gave me life, you saw my death. You ran for the hills, yet you're here once more. I'm with you in ways I never asked for. What could have happened if we did it once more? Should you have stayed all the times you could? Is there a life where I thought you would? Could we have been closer if we only pressed more against walls we built for our best? What other disaster would befall? Should we have said more or nothing at all? If it already happened, were we destined to fall? We made it out, but we built the wall. You gave me hope, you caused such despair. Sometimes I remember it like I'm there. What do we do when we have this past? I'm still fighting for us to last. It's a war I can't outgrow. I with you more than you know. Regrets. I regret missing you too damn much, thinking it was all my fault, that I let you leave. I couldn't see you were running away from more than me. I regret loving you. I loved you like a friend, and I loved you like you were dead. You were dead to me, and all I could think was I want you back with me. They say grief is tough, but I don't know why I'm grieving. I never had you like you had me. You were so closed off, so why am I grieving? Why are you in my dreams, controlling my sleep? You're all around me. It's not my problem. It's not right to love you. It's not right to care. You've built your sins on a paper ship and your castle is made of glass. It's not right to know you like I do. It's not right to stay. It's not right to play your games. It's not right to hold on. It's not right to try. I should bury it all, bury it until I die. The mistakes you make is more than I can take. I need to get out, get out. I can't save your soul and everyone you know. I can't do it again. now that I know what you've dragged in. He's never coming back. He's never coming back. The doors are closed to everyone but me. But the memory, tinged with what he did, it surrounds me. Lows. I'm building up walls, but something's tearing them down, losing a war. The men in my head captured, crushed, remade to forget the better days. How many times will I lose? How many times can I muster my strength? Virulence. Your soft smiles I hear. My demise is upon me, though I know no fear. I've run out of ways to run away, so this time I'm fine playing this game. The pieces that leered like enemies, I'll move in step to yours, like a dance until I've made you my own. I'll play the fool that makes you a martyr. I'll sink down low if it brings you higher. I may set down roots and settle in, lift you high above your sin, and comfortable you'll build your house of glass upon my back. Make leads from the shackles, forget I've always been wild. Pieces with gilded edges. If I am loved so deeply, uniquely, why am I not alive if love runs completely? If my glass cuts and my heat burns, if my cold it sings and my sea suffocates, if I can do nothing else but hurt uniquely, completely, what is there to save in the scrapbook? What piece would you cut from me? Is there anything worth saving at that point? Consummation. Apollo loves you. He told me so, whispered it through my soul. You're a ray of light and far past my outstretched hand. You could be the sun. How far into your depths will you swallow me whole? My blood is not ichor, my skin still blisters and peels, yet Apollo, he drags me nearer. I burn for you, dear. Apollo loves you, but annihilation isn't a threat to him. For better or worse, his love may never end, but my screams will be ingrained in your head. All your life you've hid. You, who know me so well, see through my eyes, walk in my steps, lead me along the line you've strung through the labyrinth you've built, a tight rope over the end of all things. The end of you, the end of me, the end of us. Together, I will let you be free. But fool am I, as you have built for infinity. Dead on the pavement. Fuck. I've fallen in love and out of my mind is gore streaming down I go and the blood drips slow into your veins. Coffin box. Bury it. Ever will I learn to love without consuming my soul? Or am I destined to drain your desire to dust? Bury it, bury it. I'll never love again, I say, to the next lover and the next. Bury it. Put me in my place. Thank the gods, I never ended up where I begged to be. I pleaded, cried, crawled into arms that wouldn't hold me. Thank the gods, I never ended up where I wished to be. Walking backwards. There are countless efforts, a war in my head, a war of which words are what's real. Which words do I create, shape, mold? In this preface, I look to the most recently closed door, the key still around my neck, warm from the heat of my hand. Had I made the best words? My actions dictated by language as I persevered on the endless tightrope, tiptoeing towards the end with my eyes closed. If I shouted, you might echo back. The thoughts only and imagery still rip through old wounds. I only have so many staples, only so many strands of hair to weave into makeshift thread for sutures I shakily stitch into worn skin. How easy it is to beat the man who prevailed through your storm, blind to the better path. I could have had it easy, lost myself, gave my friends to your open palm. I could have sacrificed them all and just not been involved. It's too painful to think of. I cannot write it. If all that I have lost, I will not watch your shadow overtake the ones I love. And though we struggle through the forest of forever, your body is behind us. Your memory may linger, but your voice is a mirage. And again, I am scared of the pain of consequence, all my threads worn from running into the path of your mistakes. Cut ties by the sharpness of your knife, taking the blow never beautifully. You cannot capture my image to the screen for critical acclaim. I save the picture anyways. Here is far enough. It just was. I loved him like the phases of the moon. I ebb and flow as a force of nature. It just is. Through the dark and the light, my heart made space to hold him. We stumbled in a drunk dance precariously along steps, up and down, until our movements magnetized. A push and pull was met with the other. We couldn't keep away from each other. And when we met in the middle, we were inseparable. I thought for sure this was forever until the end. Only the end was just around the bend. I closed my eyes and let go, and you were gone. I could not feel your heart as I had learned. As much as I screamed, the only thing that returned was me. I can't believe that one day you'll just be heartbreak. Part 2. Oh, be still, my flailing, fevered heart. It screams, and I cry despite myself. The yearning picks me off my feet and tethers my knees to the floor the moment my body leaves the bed. My heart directs my head to you, but only your shadow remains, menacing my heart with the memories of loving you. I gave, 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 and I took what I needed to give you more, and more, and more, and more, and more, and you entertained my broken pieces as I sank low and low and low down through the floor, and still I swear you meant to love me, and I meant to love you too. But they say if it's love, let it go. And so I learned how I hoped our hearts would go. Naively, I thought you would miss me so. And on my return, your heart closed, and fears struck me down to bone. You left, and I knew what I had taught you. And now I sink under waves of grief, fondness now weaponized against me, a poison that taught me I couldn't eat, and your voice amplified, I could not sleep. So I cried just to stop the stillness, frozen, fraught, forever fucking feeling the fool fuck. But still, I don't want to forget you. You're a lesson engraved. Love does not live for you, it dies. No one will miss me. You don't miss me. You left me. You left me. So easily. and all I have is knowing I didn't destroy myself for you like you needed me to. And so you destroyed me just 'cause you didn't need me. All I wanted was you to need me so I could need you less. I tried to need you less, and look where it got us. You left. You made me. Now what do I do? Why do I feel just to feel something? My head and my heart are in sync, and their feedback is screaming. I feel small again. The prison of my bedroom walls where I feel wrong. Is this what you've done to me? Or is it all my own failing? In some ways, I feel fine. I move like a machine, clicking along with the clock. Limbs slowing, wind me up or tear me down. Your image is what makes me. Whether I made it here alone or by your hand, it's your fault through and through. I never asked to be you. Please let me out. I'm afraid of the dark. God only knows. I try to. I never should have left you in the dark. The only light I had was you. I couldn't see the rest of the room. And when my eyes adjusted, I knew that we were worth it. When I ran back to you, you left and locked the door, and I was without you. Shocked, still, stuck, you had the key, and I had you. Can I let you rot, or must I use every part of you? I won't need reminders to still remember you. Will I ever know peace? You don't haunt, you hunt me. I sit facing the door, gun in hand. I won't sleep until you're dead to me. Dreams are enemy territory. Show and tell. My heart is broken. A ceramic fixed with gold. Trace the soft old lines. Apply pressure. On the newer fix, admire the shine. Only a professional would handle the medium with such care and in such short time, says the critic. The lines in the middle, not a testament to my craft, only marks against me. How many times must you shatter? Fix yourself fast and with poise, grace, and gold. Heal before the hurt can set, where it shines the most. I'm still the sum of my pieces. I made this 'cause I am broken. No way to move past this without being pierced. Now I can be broken and still have worth, and one day I'll be whole, glued, sanded, buffed, polished, painted, varnished, unrecognizable. But in this moment, I'm a puzzle of a million pieces. Still yet, I swell with the wind, I am taken by the tides of trying, tripping past the brink to scatter. I rain upon the future, I am a torrent of terracotta tearing through the day. All hail. And whether you gather my pieces in pails or drains, I will precipitate. The earth may take me to clay I become again. No matter the way, one day I will erase the mess you made, cut, carved, created in my own image. No longer have you molded my earth or flooded my soul with your sorrow. My lungs adjust to breathe beyond your lips. I have cooled from the heat of what bellows from beyond your walls. You're still evil, though. If God called me Abraham, then you would be my Isaac. He would hook his finger, push down his reading glasses, lean close to the land, letting me know. Is it for me you sacrifice? Or are you tangled in the web of your own soul, praying I would smite a man so you might still be whole? Stay, I'll stay. The days get longer, the nights are harder. I'm spending them with your ghost. I've given it all I can give and more. I've given up life so you can heal for sure. And I know it's not fair to ask you to care, so I don't, and still I won't. All you have to give is nothing, nothing. I have to set myself free, even if I want you to need me, even if I want you to stay, even if I don't want to give up the day we get to tell each other it was worth it to stay. I have to set myself free, even if you need me. Over again. Do you feel safe now after letting me fall? When I hit the floor, do your worries wash to no more? You spelled my death, Misery. When I gave you all my hopes and dreams dashed at the start, I feel apart, trying to piece together broken glass over again, over again, over again, over again, over again, over again. I am going to scream. I've lasted 6 weeks in a hell we built brick by brick. I've lasted 6 weeks in a cave where we built our suffering. I've lasted 6 weeks and I'll last many more. There's always the chance that you'll open the door and we'll answer the question of what we had fought for. Is the hell out there like the hell in here, or is the yelling we hear just laughter? A tale long told. I want to kill myself, yet I still get out of bed in the morning. I still neglect to brush my teeth, but I still find other ways to care for myself. I still hold myself as I wait for my brain to kick in, the morning fog threatening to suffocate me in self-pity. I am Eurydice. I haven't thought of us that much. Tonight I do. I curl up and black out the book, white ink rewrites. Tonight the characters blend through red eyes into stars. It's mine, alone. Eyes are on you, but my muses place elusive gold and rose against stark white silence. Liminal is the space defined by unforgiving walls and paths once desired by people much different than us. One-way glass that outlooks greener grass and trimmed hedges holding back the trees. You become a part of my home, where I make my own fun. The pair, twins of suburbia, now stand barefoot on the asphalt. The past always starts halfway between each side of grass. I may have asked you first, but you lead the way. We straddle the middle with dancing steps as Apollo urges us to move fast. The road sways as the heat waves. The sunlight makes halos bright against your head. My own light crown feels heavy in the heat, yet you can't look back at me. I know, and I'm content to smile. Orpheus does not compare to you. As though my footsteps are faint in the chorus of the summer breeze, you trust as well as you dance that I dance alongside you. And though the gods will not whisk me away if you turn your gaze, in the moment, we are better safe. If you call for me, I could answer, but for now we find it fine to move along to the sides of us, our lives built and shared. We remember the thresholds we've seen like vampires we need to be allowed in. If life were a film, I would stop and watch you walk. You would turn and our distance would describe a lot as we talked, and closer we would walk. Tension would coax the viewer to the edge of their seat until you opened your mouth to let me in and our words would meet. But even in fantasy, I'd rather stay true. And what I know of us, it's not a story we cling to. Too much content to take for granted. the time we spent watching the world together. And so we would move on to the side of the grass, choosing only which gets us to the destination fast. Because though we meander and wind up the path, our eyes don't recall the present task. Our sights set on visions of where it all stops, so we wait for the moment without building the blocks. In my ear. You're my first call and the first in line. Did I put you there, or is it on your time? Am I keeping you up? How we settle down? How will I know what my soul sounds when you're in my ear, in my ear, in my ear, my darling dear? Girl crush. Everybody knows. You can see it in their eyes that the only way this ends is with you and I. As our hands intertwined, everybody knows you're the only girl I like. So why do we play like we aren't endgame? Coding hopelessness. We are all code. So I've heard, so I've heard. DNA dancing in the sown soup. We are random chances calculating the benefits of believing in God. No matter the system, we define our worth. Nebulous greater machinations summed up with a pat on the head by a voice that says we matter. No matter then, I guess, that I'd rather matter less enough to cease the churning of the cogs continuing to keep my lungs producing. No matter. No matter then, I guess, that my design may be to never be happy. Is it written through the wires in my brain, the answers to the choices I make? Oh well, no matter. No matter then, I guess, that those around me may decide my worth is only what I can provide, despite the ifs and thens written and traced, where I become a performance of paths to take, where though perhaps there are fairy tale endings, far more of me must eventually be on the road not taken, not canon, only calculated. How much am I at fault for choosing wrong if choice is a behavior tree someone else set up for me? Is free will simply the fact that choice was calculated at all? In simulation, should our systems meet and you did not benefit me, and say, we've done no harm, only been around by this path we are on, why so often must you grow bitter? Just because I didn't understand you better? The choices you made begin to exclude me. I'm sorry, eventually, I failed to know you thoroughly. Chosen. So you've taken, perhaps, the genocide ending. If that's too extreme, you've just decided to route differently. You've played through on casual, you've played through on hard. You've died and been revived and reset, reloaded, respawned. You've played among others and just on your own. You've won but gone back to continue for more. You've given up or got bored but looked up the endings, or simply watched someone else play it, live or edited. The game, whatever, whichever you played, your experience is unique to the choices you've made. But the world of the game exists whether or not you've played, and the paths untraveled were still written and made. Opening and deciding then not to play is accounted and coded for as a choice you can make. So is it free will if your choice is coded, whether you play or how much you explore it? If there exists the ability to choose differently, is it your choice, or just the way fate is moving? Time moves and choices are made, paths are cemented, created, paved. Two roads diverge by oak, both seeming the same, outcomes unknown. You choose left, I choose right, and we go about our lives, lives which now branch beyond and out of sight. One path then had to be right. Say, we both lived at the exact same moment, two paths ahead, we share our knowledge. Maybe I know one path could cause untold chaos. Yet you know if the death caused by the other is contagious. Yet I know that death can be swiftly avoided. And you know that from chaos one can make order. Our knowledge, no matter how it's split or shared, do not change the fact we must choose and prepare. We could go together or try on our own. No matter, the choice is still there, forged by someone far less prepared. Do I blame them, those who forged the wrong path? It depends, but more often, no. I've given up making this a poem. My thoughts are simply, paths are made, choices are a burden. We all know you've chosen already, so have I. So why are your mistakes okay, but mine I am haunted by? Just be kind. Listening to music and reflecting on the words. I want to be immortal. I want you to know my name. Should have been a teen idol, or known to not stay. I don't want to be immortal when all I have is shame. Should have been more suicidal, or known how to stay. Running from you. I did my running, far away from you, like you want me to. Still, I look back at you. With you, my troubles were gone in a box buried in the lawn. With you, I was learning to be see-through. You wouldn't let me hurt too. Severed the strings, making me complete. Head in the sand, heart under the floorboards. Every part of me split evenly with the key in concrete. I did my running, through and back to you. Wherever you put me, there I'll be. Understanding all you need is me, just like you told me. I did my running when you told me to, where you told me to. I am going to scream again. I can't help how naive that I could think. The claiming. My ribs make wings as I am ripped and grown from what you were, lay claim to the rest of my clay. The claiming continues. You're the heat under bed sheets. My hands wander to where you laid claim. Becoming yours. Red thread, raw feet caked with fresh earth running from the ruined man. Help me, God, I unearth bone banging on your door until long last he beckons me back. The devil again. Meet me by the crossroads after I've walked all day, where the gray mantis sits on Satan's land, your sanctuary for the damned. Pour me something sweet to hide the sadness. Stand and serve, the pleasure's all yours. Cash or card, sign the check, buy and trade their souls for a bit of beer. Should have known the currency here, dear. Ticking time, wait a dime, close by sign, the sun's getting real low, and everyone left has died. So wait and wipe the wine glasses with cyanide. Run, sit at the sounds of my steps, the ring of my arrival raises heads, turn to bed, lay to rest. On the table by the fire, set the scale, and sit back on the love seat. I stand by the bar, won't stay a while. Pour me something strong to mask the poison. Lament, you've set the stage, still rise, offer me at least the wine. After all, it's after 9, somewhere along the line I dine, 6 feet on our love seat sitting. My wine on the scales, glass half empty. On your side, sit your own half full. Mine will rise, yours moves low. Convince yourself you're fine, even if I have yet to keel and die. Say the only time you feel alive is when it's me you sit beside. And though I leave before goodbyes, if I come by a second time, Drinks are on you, a compromise. I may accept or deny. Either way, through the serpent city I stride every night. But let's talk of tomorrow, let's talk of promises and prayers, or the feeling in your gut that upchucks the day I don't delay through your door. The fires died, and the dead sleep tight, and on my lips your poisons kiss. And so, by Edison's light, convince me past your door to the right, beyond the halls of marionette martyrs painted gold. I read the plaques of those who sing my demise as you drag me by a thread to your door. You try the key as voices sing. Just because you can drink the wine doesn't mean your soul will survive. Now that you've caught his eye, run, don't stay and fight. Don't strike a match, the building won't light. Don't draw a blade or his brothers unite. The longer you live on the devil's land, the more you get used to his sight. You're fucked, thoroughly. Ask me away, the room's on you. The devil owns the land, but he gave it to you. Ignore the citrus in the sheets, ignore the painting's pain, pretending it's all fine and dandy till the day you return to clay. Die already. Sometimes my smile is lying. I'm watching you dying in my head. Sometimes. Home. Is it hiding if it feels like home? How many secrets have I let you know? Even younger, using our outside voices. We spoke like adults, dipping our toes into a life lived. Lives lost and found. Sometimes we could be reborn again, back in the hollow heart of our overgrown home, in a tree, now memory. What if we meet again? Here, would we not quite fit? Would my words flow into the glass as we sit on the grass? What more do you read of me? How much can you feel when our roots have always grown near? Careful not to choke. Sweet memories lie here, where we now sip our bitters. Sweet home under our tree of old, we sprouted and grouted, made roots tangled together, then painfully split out edges from the web we created. I hope you feel it still. I know you will. Feeling bad. I watch a lot of videos, I read a lot of words, and vaguely I remember what's all I've heard. Sitting in the dark, I make sense of very little, just fixated on being informed. Heel is nursery is the lusty and now fasting is nester and the is nicht their own station the search this their own who used to be up now listen all of us who knows we were there we was half there we was healer I saw there half if not us yes his sweet home there I was yeah not really but now we are neither was real no task yeah long you time yeah